Your reasons for listening to the show, well, those are your own. But just keep in mind that the views, information, or opinions expressed on the Tuddle Daily Podcast are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent those of our sponsors. Yeah, it's called free speech, people. Nobody's forcing you to listen.
Get ready for your daily dose of Tuddle.
The all-time greatest intern/producer we've ever had, of course, Tuddle. Tuddle in Florida.
From the Hobo Fish Camp, it's the Tuddle Daily Podcast.
No wonder nobody likes you, Tuddle. Everything's a goddamn debate.
Greetings and welcome to another edition of the Tuddle Daily Podcast. Once again, I apologize for such a late show today. Wanted to have the show done by the time that you guys were driving home on your Friday afternoon. But man, oh man, I just been really busy. I know that I did not do a live stream last night. The weather has been absolutely horrendous over here. Like we're about to get absolutely drenched. And I have a good feeling about tomorrow's Florida Gators versus the Alabama Crimson Tide football game. Look, I am a realist here. I really am a realist when it comes to college football. I'm not one of those homer type people that will just be like, yeah, the Gators are absolutely going to destroy the Alabama Crimson Tide. You know what? At one point, Florida was that team. Florida and Alabama used to play every single year in the SEC championship. And now it's been seven games in a row since we have beaten the Alabama Crimson Tide. And the thing is that the last time that we did it was the year that we won the national championship. It's been a while since the Crimson Tide have come to Gainesville, and I really do. I think that the Gators are going to have to play their best game out there. I hate to say it. I was excited about Emory Jones taking over the helm of the Florida Gators football team, but I really do. If Anthony Richardson is completely healthy, he needs to be starting. Like, you as a coach, Dan Mullen, I'm sorry. I know that you are the quarterback whisperer. Like, you have taken a lot of great quarterbacks that have had great talent, but also average quarterbacks, and you have turned them into players that are actually playing in the NFL. Maybe not starting, but are backups, like Felipe Franks. Felipe Franks is in the NFL. Guess what? Kyle Trask is behind the GOAT, Tom Brady, which we'll get into that later on. Tom Brady came out today talking about that he thinks that he can play until he's 50 years old. And you know what? I really think that he can do it. I really do. I went to go check the mail today, and it's funny. AARP, the American Association of Retired People, that they had Tom Brady's diet. And it is great. And it just shows you, man, like, if we would have known at a younger age, like in high school, not eating all the junk food and stuff that we do, or starting, just start taking care of your body better at the age of 18, not drinking alcohol, not doing drugs. I mean, because drugs and alcohol are so fun. Like, they are. Tobacco, like all that stuff. Like, I mean, it's just so much fun. But look at Tom Brady. I mean, the dude's got the perfect life in the world. But back to the Alabama-Florida game, I really do think the Gators have a good chance. I want it to be raining. I want it to be pouring. Because, you know, they call the University of Florida football field, Steve Spurrier Field, Ben Hill Griffin. It's got so many different names. They dug that field down in a hole, and there's not a lot of wind, so it gets really muggy. I hope it's raining. I hope it's pouring down rain. No lightning, because lightning means they were not going to play, but I want the game to be just a mess. I want it to just absolutely be a torrential downpour like you almost need Moses building, or not Moses, Noah building an ark for you. Moses parted the Red Sea. So, but it's all fake anyways. You guys know that I'm not a religious person. But I really, really do think that the Gators, with Anthony Richardson and the weapons they have, I really do think that they have a great opportunity at maybe just coming out with the upset. I could see it happen. But like I said, the Gators are going to have to play the best game in the world, and then the Crimson Tide are going to have to make mistakes. If you get a chance, go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Tuddle. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and also hit that bell button, because when you hit that bell button, you're going to get alerted to any time I go live or I upload any new content. I'm getting a little frustrated. Like, they really don't do anything to me when I play news audio. But the show that I did yesterday that was uploaded to YouTube, it got copywritten. Not copywritten, but because I played copywritten material. And under the Fair Use Act, I think because it's topical, and I know this might be like, you're probably like, whoa, what is the Fair Use Act? You know how Bubba and them, they or any other radio show will play audio from a news source or an entertainer or something like that. That is under the Fair Use Act. You just can't like blatantly play the whole audio and not like comment on it. Now, I did that, right? Like, I went back and listened to the piece when I was talking about Norm Macdonald, and I guess I was playing that very poignant joke that he had about, people losing their battle against cancer or liver disease or just whatever they lost their battle in. And what? Oh, are they cowards? Like, I just don't get it. Like, I wanted to play that because I thought it was a great, poignant joke that he told. And I did. I gave my opinion on all this stuff. And I don't get it. It's a little frustrating at some point. Like, I wish that, like, because, here, I'll give you an example. Twitch, like, they really don't care that much about copywritten material. I don't know if they've changed or not, but Twitch, you can't get away with saying some of the dirty things that I do say. But now on YouTube, I can get away with more. But if I play any piece of creative material, even though I'm using the Fair Use Act and I'm getting in there and I'm talking about it, not talking over it, I'm talking in between it, I'm giving my comments, it is own new material. Here, let me ask you this. This is something that really, really dumbfounds me, that the person that I got that particular audio from was not even from an official Norm Macdonald account. So let me ask you, how the hell does that account get away with it? And they were just playing the whole joke in itself and not commenting and making it into their own piece of art like I was. And trust me, I don't want you to think I'm getting big-headed and thinking that I'm saying, oh, it's my art. It's my art. No, what I do is, it's dumb. What I do is absolutely just dumb. But what I'm also trying to say, though, is like, how do these people out there get away with doing the reaction videos? Because I've talked about the reaction videos. So you'll get a lot of these people that claim to be hip-hop fans, that claim to, oh, I'm a big-ass hip-hop fan. And then they'll like, oh, I came across the Beastie Boys, and I've never heard any of their stuff before, so I'm going to watch this for the very first time, and I'm going to give you my first initial reaction. Bullshit. Number one, if you are a hip-hop fan and you're claiming that you have never heard of the Beastie Boys or any of their music, you are a goddamn liar. Number two, you're not getting the first real reaction from any of these people that are doing reaction videos. They've already watched these videos, And then what they're also doing is that they're already writing their jokes and stuff. None of this stuff is spontaneous. None of this stuff is off the top of their head. It's already all scripted BS. Now, there might be some of the people out there that do like give their first initial reaction, but I would say for the most part, a lot of the people that do these reaction videos, they already watched the video. They're writing down exactly what they're going to want to say and scripting it. They just are. So tell me, how does the video, yesterday's show that I did, get struck where I can't make any money off of it, but you get all these other people that are doing reaction videos, and they'll go like 45 seconds to a minute sometimes before they'll even attempt at jumping in and saying something that makes it unique, something that makes it their own. And those assholes get away with it all day, every day. So when I first started the beginning of this show, I was talking about Tom Brady. Tom Brady claims that he will be able to play into his 50s. And I thought it was kind of funny because, you know, I always go and check the mail every single day. And that right there, that's the sound of the newest edition of the AARP magazine. Think about that. AARP is actually doing an article on a football player that just won his 7th Super Bowl. And it's their, I guess, their segment, Healthy You, the Brady Munch. How the NFL's winningest player eats for excellence. And it's by Kelsey Ogletree. I need to check out and see what Kelsey Ogletree looks like. Is it just me, or like whenever you read a chick's name, like you're like, all right, Kelsey Ogletree sounds like she sounds hot. Why does our brain do that? We used to do that with radio people before the internet, before you could actually go and look and see what your favorite radio host or personality or DJ look like. I remember Ellis B. Feaster. He was on the country station here in Orlando. Love Ellis B. Feaster. One of the nicest, most kindest people, and one of the biggest radio fans all around. But Ellis B. Feaster was on B94.5 here in the Orlando area on a country station. And nobody knew that he was African American. But see, the thing is that's how stupid we are as Americans, that we really think that it makes a difference. But, like, to be on a country station, when all the people in my small little town of DeLeon Springs found out, what? Ellis B. Feaster? He's African American? God damn, he's a pretty good DJ. Yeah, you know what? Ellis B. Feaster probably did a lot for like racial harmony in the Central Florida area more than anybody. But in the AARP, it won't be long before Tom Brady gets his AARP membership notice in the mail. But while Brady is just 6 years shy of turning 50, the player with the most Super Bowl rings in the history isn't planning his retirement. He's gearing up to defend yet another NFL championship title. A lot of his continued success on the field comes from what he puts on his plate, says Alex Guerrero, Brady's longtime personal coach. Well, I mean, I've tried all this stuff. If you remember at the beginning of the year 2020, when I started the whole podcast, I was talking about, I want to get on the Brad Pitt. I want to look like Brad Pitt did in Fight Club, because I don't want to be big. I just want to be lean and just lanky and just very flexible. So I've been working out. Like I'm looking really, really good right now. And I'm not trying to be like, conceited or vain or whatever. But while Brady followed a very strict eating plan early in his career, as he's gotten older and we've built up a foundation, it's easier to incorporate more fun days into his diet, Guerrero says. He describes Brady's diet as mostly plant-based, See, I, I always never thought I would go and be a vegetarian. I don't know if I can be a vegan though. I do not know if I can be a vegan. But a mostly plant-based diet, as you age, the more whole foods you eat, the better. Here's a day in the diet of the 44-year-old packed with fruits, vegetables, and proteins. Okay, so this comes from Tom Brady himself. Tom's rule of thumb: indulge but limit. Brady will grab a small dessert but rarely eats the whole thing. Now, okay, here, I'll give you an example. I do this, and I know that it's probably just an OCD type thing, but for the most part, think of all the calories that I'm saving when I do this. When I eat a meal, I always leave at least one bite on the plate. And I don't want to hear any of that stuff of like how parents used to be like, oh, there's starving kids in Africa, you need to eat all your food. No. I really, really don't. But think about that. Think about that for a second. If you don't take that last bite through a whole entire year, how many calories do you think you're saving yourself? I mean, a lot. As long as you're still staying active and stuff, that one little bite over time is going to save you when it comes to losing weight. So he says indulge, but limit yourself. Stop eating at 7 p.m. This gives the body more time for rest and recovery. All right, so I've read mixing and conflicting reports on this whole situation. A lot of people say, because I've been doing this as of late, and I've seen a tremendous difference in it. I try not to, I fast until lunchtime. I get up, I work out. I will run and walk about 4 miles early in the morning. I will then come and I will do ab core workout, and then I will do 50 push-ups, regularly 50 push-ups, inclined or declined. Yeah, declined push-ups, not inclined push-ups. And then I'll wait until noon, and then I'll eat, and then I'll do the rest of the workout, because the other thing is that you guys have got to rest yourself. And please do not, the reason why I'm sharing this with you people right now, I don't want, because everybody, it works differently for everybody. It really, really does. I just want to share my, healthy, journey and getting in better shape, because you got to remember, I was an addict. I have a very, very addictive personality. I just do. Food, I used to get pleasure from food. I would eat and eat and eat. You look at John Candy, Belushi, Farley, they all had big appetites. And guess what else they had? They were addictive personality type people. And I think a lot of them all died at a very young age. Candy wasn't drug, but I mean, he did eat himself to death. And then you got Belushi and Farley. Those guys were drug addicts as well, too. So you got to understand, I'm just wanting to share my story with you guys, because because a lot of people look and they're like, oh, I can never be like that. I'll never have that willpower. And you can have that willpower. Seriously, and the last thing that I want to become is a motivational speaker or a Tony Robbins or Joel Osteen or one of those people that are just over the top. Dude, I have negative thoughts all the time. I have doubt all the time. I did this. I set a reminder for myself at noon on my calendar and my phone. And does it become irritating to be in the middle of a thing and get a ding ding or an alert on your phone. But I watched this interview with Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson talked about how he was able to turn his life around, to look at your life in 30-day segments. And at noon every single day, you know what I get? I get an alert. And it says, and I'll post this on my social media, it is set up every single day to alert me. 30 days to better yourself. Because people look at the long road of things. You know, you know how that old saying, we might have lost the battle, but we won the war. Like, a lot of battles won will lead to you winning the war that's going on in your life, things that you might not be able to accomplish. You know what? I'm really sounding like a complete douchebag talking about this the more and more that I think about this. Because, you know what? I really don't think anybody gives a fuck of what I have to say about my journey and getting in better shape. But I'll give you an example. When I was working on Bubba the Love Sponge show, and I don't want any of you guys to think that I'm blaming this or putting this on anybody else. By the way, if you're hearing thunder, that's because it's about the like biblical rain, like goddamn Noah's Ark, and I've already made a Noah's Ark reference before. But what I'm trying to say is that when I worked on the morning show at Bubba's show, you realize that there'd be some mornings before 10 a.m. then I would already be on my 10th shot of vodka. Think about that, people. Really, let that sink in. Let that sink in, and for a minute, I hate uncomfortable pauses, but I'm just gonna stop talking for about 3 seconds and see if you guys just think about that. Yeah, think about that. 10 shots of vodka a day before 10 a.m. And that's before I ever ate anything nutritional. You know, the only medication that I would take was the crazy pills and Adderall. I would take Adderall to be able to just get ready for the show and smoke a lot of weed because I thought I needed it to be funny. But then I wouldn't eat all day because you want to know why? This is how alcoholics look at things, because they're like, oh, guess what? I don't want to be fat because, I don't want to be one of those fat alcoholics because I'm still attracted to women and I want to look good to be able to attract women. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm not going to eat. All of my nutrition is going to come from drinking booze all day long. And that is where I was at one time. That is where I was at one time. And guess what? I still got fat because it's empty calories. I mean, you guys can ask Colton. Colton's talked about this before. When I was living with Colton, Colton's dad had a keg in the garage, and the kegs used to last I would say 3 months before I moved in. They were lucky for a keg to last 30 days. I'm being dead ass serious with you. So not only would I do 10 shots of vodka before 10 a.m., I was also just absolutely murdering a keg of beer. So what I'm trying to say is that if I can turn things around, there's no excuse that you guys can't. But I've been doing the fasting workouts, and I've always heard, I try not to eat late. I really, really do. But here is a regular day for Tom Brady. Breakfast, 7 a.m. So I don't even know if the fasting thing works. Maybe liquefying your breakfast does help. But at 7 a.m., a smoothie of almond milk, almond butter, banana, Brazil nuts, pumpkin. I don't know if he pumpkin seeds or just regular pumpkin. Hemp. Good for you, Tom Brady. I didn't know if that was legal to be able to use in the NFL, but I have no problem with it. So hemp and chia seeds, blueberries, and organic plain yogurt. I mean, that really does sound like a really, really good meal. Now, a snack at 11 a.m. is a protein bar. Now, I need you to get a little bit more specific with me, AARP. Aaron. AARP. Aaron. But a lot of these protein bars are just horrible for you. Like, they claim to be protein bars, but they're horrible. But TB12 has a protein bar at 11 a.m. Now, this is where I like the diet. This is something I can completely get down for. At lunch, around 1 to 1:30, a mainly plant-based meal that incorporates fish such as wild salmon, love fish, with spiced cauliflower. Cauliflower is a very underrated vegetable, as well as beets. Man, beets, I've been on the beets tip. Like, I am a beet whore. With spiced cauliflower, a pistachio, arugula pesto, or fresh cod with salsa verde. I don't know about you guys, but that lunch sounds like the bomb. And I know that I sound like a complete douchebag saying the bomb. Now, dinner. Once again, like I am a carnivore. I love meat. I love having meat in my mouth. I love meat inside, going down my throat. I love meat absolutely going down my throat. So what I'm trying to say is that now fish is technically a meat, so it still makes you a carnivore. So what is Tom Brady, a pescatarian or something? That he's eating all vegetables, but the only meat he eats is fish. So if you want to pit your cod, I'm ready to eat some cod. I mean, I am a cod sucker. I will eat cod all day long, pick cod in my mouth, pick cod. I will swallow cod all day long. Now for dinner, another mainly plant-based high-protein meal such as Diona tabbouleh salad or a fish taco bowl. Twice a week, a meal with red meat or poultry, think salad topped with steak tips or chicken. Oh my God, where has this diet been? Like, I can completely get down with this diet. I really, really can. Now, remember, Tom does not eat after 7 p.m., but for dessert, once again, he does not eat the whole bite. For dessert, dark chocolate in the form of a bar, chia seed pudding, cookie dipped in chocolate latte, or ice cream. So he does give himself a little bit of bad stuff. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to get on the Tom Brady diet. I'm going to stop the fasting thing. I'm going to do the smoothie in the morning. I'm going to do the protein bar around 11. 1, do the fish and salad little combo. And then mix in the mainly like protein, because he is putting egg and stuff on the salad. A lot of you guys probably think this is boring. I don't know. Like if you are a listener of mine and you're in your 20s right now, like I'm not saying that you can't drink, but do it in moderation. But like seriously though, just when it comes to the food situation, just kind of just chill out on that. Like, try to not eat the processed foods. Stop going. Drink more water. Everybody loves to drink the diet sodas. Like, I had to get on my dad's ass all the time about drink more water. Water. I know that you can drink too much water because I've worked with a radio person. Well, not, on the same show or same station, but worked in the same building, of somebody that actually killed a listener from drinking too much water. But water is good for you. You got to remember your body works on a whole pressurized system. So what I'm trying to say is, guys, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I just wanted to share this AARP thing that has Jamie Lee Curtis. By the way, Jamie Lee Curtis, I love her in the Halloween movie. She is the original Scream Queen. But, like, I'm trying. See, she's hiding the hand. She does that on purpose because there's an urban legend about her only have it like a couple of fingers on one hand. Also, the whole hermaphrodite thing, which I don't believe that because I saw her in the movie Trading Places. She had a great set on her, and the movie True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where she does that whole dancing scene. Forget about it, man. Going to take a quick break. Be back in a few minutes. You are listening to the Tuddle Daily Podcast.
Great news, folks. You now have the chance to see the face in front of that sexy voice. Right you are, sir. The Tuddle Daily Podcast streams Monday to Friday on YouTube. Anything can happen at the Hobo Fish Camp. Okay, sir. That's enough. Okay, so go to youtube.com/Tuddle. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you're notified anytime Tuddle goes live. Good job, sir.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a home in Volusia, Brevard, or Flagler counties, you need to reach out to Ian Hanna at ianhannahomes.com. On his site, you can learn more about Ian's use of premium photography and aggressive marketing to sell your home quickly and painlessly. So if you're a first-time buyer and not sure where to start, connect with Ian at ianhannahomes.com.
Questions? Comments? Concerns? Compliments? Or do you just want to tell Tuddle to fuck off? In any event, contact Tuddle. Tuddle@gmail.com. It's, Tuddle with 2 Ds, dumbass.
Welcome back to the Tuddle Daily Podcast. I want to thank my newest sponsor, Ian Hanna. Ian Hanna is a realtor. Just got his realtor's license, but don't let that scare you away because, you know what? The guys that are new to the business are the hungriest ones. They're the guys that don't just rest on their laurels and stuff like that. I don't even know if that's even a word, Laurel and Hardy. Maybe that's where I came up with that. But what I'm trying to say is that Ian Hanna, you want to go to his website. If you are in the need, if you're looking for a home or you're trying to sell your home or you know anybody that's trying to buy or sell a home, tell them to go to ianhannahomes.com. You'll be able to find out all the information there, and you can get that phone number. And if you do call, let them know you heard from the Tuddle Daily Podcast. Because Ian Hanna, I got to tell you what he's done. He's embracing the technology. The guy is amazing at drone footage. And one of the most important things here in the state of Florida is your roof. You know what? When you buy or sell a home, Ian's going to be able to bring that high definition 4K drone over the top of your house, and everybody will be able to look. All right. Is that shingle there? All the shingles are there. Roof looks really, really good. I want to buy that house. That's what Ian Hanna could do for you. So go to ianhannahomes.com, and I want to thank my good friend Amy Sinha, Amy Sinha, for voicing ianhannahomes.com's commercial. I wanted to get into this conversation. I don't want you to think hey, what's up, clones? Welcome back to the Jim Rome Show. No, I'm not doing the Jim Rome Show, even though I absolutely I think Jim Rome is like the greatest of all time when it comes to radio broadcasters. But there was this thing. This is why one of the things I like about social media is that, the Florida-Alabama game is coming up this weekend. And there are schools out there, the elite schools, that have 3 Heisman Trophy winning players. I really, really have hated how the Heisman Trophy has become either a quarterback or a running back trophy. I know that a wide receiver just recently won it, but I want to go through this list here because they were comparing the Alabama Crimson Tide's 3 Heisman Trophy winners which is Mark Ingram, Derrick Henry, and Devontae Smith. Mark Ingram was in 2009, Derrick Henry 2015, Devontae Smith 2020. Now, you got to look at this. That's in a 11-year span. Is that down to coaching? Is that down to being the program? Is that down to just the people that are around them? I mean, who knows? That's a running back, wide receiver. And then you go all the way down here. You got Auburn. Now, that's another SEC team. You got Pat Sullivan, quarterback, 1979, the year that I was born. Then you had Bo Jackson. Now, I'm sorry. The Auburn Tigers alone get a lot of bonus points with Bo Jackson. And then Cam Newton. But, okay, let's look at this, though. I also think that a little bit of that Cam Newton Heisman Trophy needs to go to the Florida Gators, the University of Florida Gators, because he was a quarterback there. And then you go to the Black Knights, the Army Black Knights, Doc Blanchard, fullback, Glenn Davis, running back, Pete Dawkins, running back. But those were all 1945, 1946, 1958. Boo. And then you get to the Florida Gators. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, Tuddle, you're being a homer because you love the University of Florida. Look at this, okay? So, Steve Spurrier, quarterback, 1966. And a lot of you guys don't know this. Steve Spurrier actually kicked a game-winning field goal that season. I think if you're a quarterback, I know like it's not a big deal. It's not cool to be a kicker. But guess what? Steve Spurrier kicked a game-winning goddamn field goal. So what I'm trying to say is, right there, bonus points. Then Danny Werfel, 30 years later, wins it when they win a national championship, okay? So Danny Werfel wins that. And then he's Mr. Jesus, too. And then you got Super Mr. Jesus, Tim Tebow, wins the Heisman Trophy in 2007, becoming the first sophomore ever to win the Heisman Trophy. And then you come down here, and even though Florida State is the arch enemy of the Florida Gators, you got Charlie Ward, Chris Winkie, Jameis Winston. That's 93, 2000, and then wow, that's kind of crazy. That's 17 years there, and 7 years there, and then 13 years there. So it's 93, 2000, and then 2013. Now, I'm going to tell you how I rank these, and it's not because I'm a homer. I would say that Florida, with the three people they have, Spurrier, Werfel, Tebow, and then you get points. You got to get points for Cam Newton. Sorry. You got to get points for Cam Newton. And then they want to compare Alabama to that? No. You want to know who I know? I say that even though I am a University of Florida football fan, Charlie Ward, Chris Winkie, Jameis Winston is a better trio than the Alabama. Matter of fact, I'm not even putting Alabama at number 3. Mark Ingram, Derrick Henry, Devontae Smith. I'm going with Auburn. I'm sorry, Bo Jackson. If he does not get hurt in the NFL, he probably would be the best running back of all time in the NFL. Then Cam Newton. I don't even know who the hell Pat Sullivan is. You know what? I may have to change my mind on that. The only reason I wanted to go with Auburn is because of Bo Jackson. But you know what? I got to go with Alabama at 3, and then Auburn 4, and then Army. Army is 5, without a doubt. That's just the way that I got to go with it. I ended up reading this story, and you know, I've talked about how the podcast has made me a better public speaker. I really don't get embarrassed. I really do think, you know, having that fear of being embarrassed is a big deterrent for people to be good at public speaking. But I always was not great at it. I mean, if you listen to the first couple of times I was on the radio, oh my God, man. It is so weird to talk on a microphone and then hear your own voice in headphones. It just freaks you out. But I ended up reading the story, men who mumble a turn on for women, ? Voice study says it's true. Communication may be the key to a healthy relationship, but is mumbling what really drives women wild? A new study finds men who don't speak very clearly may actually have an edge when it comes to dating. Maybe that's why I'm having such a hard time. Like, maybe that's why in my early 20s, when I was absolutely horrible at talking, that I was able to hook up with more women. And the older I get and the better I speak, it's cock blocking me. It's basically cock blocking me. But scientists with the American Institute of Physics says males who speak less clearly or mumble tend to be more attractive to the opposite sex because women see it as a sign of masculinity. All right, so they're basically saying big caveman, dumb and strong, but the guy that actually can talk is a nerd and he is weak. What the hell is, like, I mean, listen, if this story is not proof that we're nothing but evolved animals, then I don't know what else to fucking tell you. Because this is telling me right here now that women would rather love a caveman. Me can't talk, but me have big penis, me strong, me will have strong babies, and DNA be better for future, but not smarter. No, exactly. Conversely, men find precise pronunciation alluring because it signifies femininity. Okay, see, we are so doomed as a species. We have just become too smart for our own good. We really have. From a sexual selection standpoint, males with traits that are slightly more masculine than average are typically preferred, which in this context would make males with less clear speech more attractive, says the study co-author Dr. Daniel Stair from the University of California, Irvine, in a media release. Is mumbling the key to stardom? Hollywood heartthrob Marlon Brando had the nickname of Mr. Mumbles bestowed on him by the Guys and Dolls co-star Frank Sinatra. The Oscar-winning legend famously put cotton wool in his mouth while playing Don Corleone in The Godfather to make himself even less intelligible. Other leading men accused of mumbling on screen include Tom Hardy, Jeff Bridges, and the late Heath Ledger. The UCI team have now discovered women actually like it, contrary to popular belief. They identify as a sizable gender difference in speech intelligibility. See, I'm talking too good. See, I put good at the end of it just to make myself sound dumberer. No, see, now I'm just messing up. You guys can see it. It's not, I don't speak so good. It's that I don't speak so well. See, God damn it. How much vagina am I missing out on? It has a far-reaching implications in our personal lives, the workplace, and society. Much received wisdom and many vocal coaches would encourage people to slow down and carefully enunciate to make a better impression on their audience, Dr. Steer says. However, when it comes to empirical studies, I know I just butchered that, of how attractiveness of the human voice is judged, I know that I must be the biggest turnoff when ladies hear me talk. We couldn't find previous work investigating whether an actual link exists between perceived attractiveness and overall clarity of articulation. So, I don't know. This is just a little frustrating, in my opinion. It's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Like, is there really a right way? Like, have we evolved as a species, as human beings so much that we still have that little primordial ooze in the back or the base of our skull, of our brain, that tells us that, oh, you got to go for the strong masculine type. Even though the guy that's smart, the guy that can speak correctly, probably can make a little bit more money and provide better than me, caveman, me, big man that can kill anybody that tries to roll up on woman to have sex with her. No, it just does not make any sense at all. So I know that today's show was a little weird, so if you don't like today's show, I completely get it. I don't even know what. I must be in a weird-ass mood, because now, like, thinking about the show that I just did, it seems like it's not me. And I would like to get your feedback. If you'd like to reach out to me, you can easily do that. You can leave me a voicemail, 407-270-3044, or leave me a voicemail, Tuddle, or leave me an email. See? Damn it. Me, mumble. Maybe women think that I am more attractive. Anyways, you can leave me an email, Tuddle@gmail.com. That's Tuddle with 2 Ds, TUDDLE@gmail.com. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. Hope you guys stay safe. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend. And I will talk to you on Monday.
And that's the show for today. Thanks for listening to the Tuddle Daily Podcast. Hey, don't be a dickhead. Do us a favor. Like, share, and subscribe to the show. Also, check out the Tuddle category at 315live.com. The Tuddle Daily Podcast is brought to you by Starfire Transport, StitchUp.com, and PocketPairClub.com. Special thanks to show producer Vulture and co-host Sirach. Show voiceover service is brought to you by JCVoiceover.com and The Little Cheese Show. Download and subscribe to The Little Cheese Show everywhere podcasts are found. If you want to help support the show, go to paypal.me/TuddleOnTheRadio. You have something you want to say? Tuddle@gmail.com, or leave a voicemail at 407-270-3044. To follow all Tuddle social media, go to Tuddle.net. That's Tuddle with 2 Ds.net. Thanks again for all your support, and we'll see you tomorrow on the Tuddle Daily Podcast.
I get ignorant in normal situations.
What you mean?
What the fuck you mean?
What are you talking about?
Nigga, what the fuck is you talking about?
Oh, shit!